Hello friends, welcome into the channel. In this video I wanted to discuss a topic I've seen discussed, and it is Yanagi versus Lighter. And a lot of people are like calling one or the other a trap or a bait or free-to-play trap, etc. And now this is an entire video in its own, because I don't really like any of these terms when it comes to a Hoyo game, because there are no real baits, there are no real, traps, and there are no real must pulls. You can take, if you go to Pridwen or any other tier list site,
awaiting further instructions.
they will rank Corin at the very lowest.
I'm sorry.
I love my Corin. I've invested a lot into her, and she can clear any content in the game. There's not a single content my Corin can't clear with ease. So if you can clear the content in game with the weakest character in the game, is there a must pull? Is there traps? No. In my opinion, no. But from I don't even know what metrics people are going off. But Yanagi versus Lighter, gun to my head, if I could only pick one between those two, and if I could only advise you to go for one of those two, I would probably go for Yanagi. Simply because, what is Lighter? Lighter is a fire stunner. We have a fire stunner in the game.
Hey, don't look down on me.
Now, Lighter is a little bit unique in the way that he also lowers the ice resistance of peeps. You know who else does that?
I shall follow your orders.
This guy. You know what Kolida and Lycon have in common? They are both on the standard banner, which means that if you're going to be playing the game, and if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're playing this game, you are at some point inevitably gonna be pulling Lycon and or Kolida.
You want to test my hammer?
And you are most likely gonna get, mindscapes for them as well. Meanwhile, we do have an electric anomaly character on the standard banner, which is a Grace.
Let's start the experiment.
But Yanagi, it is a very, very different beast and very different play style between, Grace as a hyper carry or Yanagi as a hyper carry.
Hey, don't look down on me.
So gun to my head, what is the best, people like to use these terms, what's the best investment for your account? Out of those two, Yanagi. And now the reason why I don't like to throw these terms around is that I know that a lot of people are super excited about Lighter, and I don't want to diminish even a little bit of that enthusiasm and that love for Lighter. We all have our characters that we kind of instinctively just fall for. For me, that was Caesar. She could have been released as the worst character in the game. I just lucked out that she was released and became the best character in the game. But I would have pulled for her no matter what. No matter how many YouTube doo-doos that, would have been going on, how bad she was and how much of a trap she was, how much of a bait she was, I would have, pulled her either way, because I freaking love her as a character. I love the character design. It's just, for me, this is perfection. It's the coolest character Hoyo has ever done, in my humble opinion. So I don't want to say that Lighter is a free-to-play trap. I don't want to say he's bait. I don't want to say anything of that, because if you really want Lighter, if you want Lighter more than Yanagi, that makes Lighter better than Yanagi for you personally. And if you're super excited about him, I think you should pull him. You can use whatever. That's one of the beauties with the Hoyo games. You can use whatever goddamn character you like. We don't have to, use a meta. I play other gacha games where, the meta is very much more important. And I think that, these terms of baits and whatnot are, they are terms brought over from games that they actually do apply to Hoyo games where it doesn't really freaking matter. So, in the end, really go for which character you want. But if we just, look at an objective standpoint, I think Yanagi's role is a little bit less filled in the game. What Lighter does is kind of taken care of a lot by the standard banner. So, yeah, that's gonna be my hot take on Yanagi versus Lighter. What's your thought on the matter? Which one are you pulling for? And just honest. How do you feel about, you know, the bait terms, the free-to-play trap terms, and like whatnot? I'm not sure I vibe with them. Like recently we had a situation in Honkai Star Rail where Rappa was announced, released, and everybody was, you know, kind of shitting on her, kind of puking on her, and then she gets released and turns out she is absolutely crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm just, you know, too new to the scene, or they just, you know, clickbait terms. Yeah, let me know what you feel about them in the comments. Help me think of this one. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hako out.